Oh, let's get, oh, got him, got tight on him. Oh man. Let's see, that almost acts like it's a bass. I hadn't seen him yet. Whoa, look at him go. Can't see, caught a glimpse of him. Nope, it's a little striper. Oh. Same thing, you saw when I hooked him, man, he came out of the back of that pocket. They don't like that shallow water when you get a hook in them. Oh. There he goes. Well, you can see all that bait running from him. That's the whole key to making this pattern work, is get in the pockets that have bait. So there's bait around. Sooner or later there'll be some game fish in there to beat up on them a little bit. And actually you can net these little shad, and some of these are shad and some of them are small blueback herring. You can net those, they make excellent bait. Again, I didn't want to throw the net where I was fishing. Let's try it this way. Now, again, that little hook just really stuck him. Small striper. You can see we've still got some fish coming up right here. You can get pretty close to these fish if you're pretty stealthy. You know, the simple things that you read and hear about, you wouldn't want to make a lot of noise banging on the bottom of the boat, that type thing. I don't think talking bothers them, but boat noises may. So always remember that. But other than that, you can get the boat right on top of them. Let's get us another bait here and see if we can catch another one. Hook these little fish. This is just a regular commercial shiner. Come in the bottom lip, right at the top, just like that. That'll give him plenty of opportunity to get down there and swim, and hopefully entice another hungry striper. And this is what you really have to watch. Now, where I'm fishing there, it's not but about 2.5 feet. And always keep in mind that fish is going to bite, he's going to pull your float under, he's going to run straight at you. So what we don't want to do is just set the hook. We want to start when your float goes under, and you don't need to let him run with it. You don't need to give him any time. Watch your float. When it goes under, start cranking. And when it gets heavy, then set the hook. And you really, it doesn't take much of a hook set. You might not even want to set the hook. You might just want to lift your rod. So when you see the float go under, crank. You feel the rod get heavy, lift it, and you'll stick almost every one of them. What happens if the float goes under and you set the hook and the fish is running to you? When your rod gets to this position, all you've done is taken up the slack. And to crank back down and try and catch up to him again is tough because they are so fast. So always remember that. A lot of technique here. But other than that, it's simple fishing, it's productive, it catches stripers, you'll catch a lot of spots, you'll catch a lot of big mouths. It just catches fish. You know, striper fishermen have always known that you look for the birds. We watch the gulls, we watch the loons. They're great indicators of where the fish may be or where the bait may be, but don't ignore the mallards. Now you look right here, see the mallards over here on the bank? They're actually eating the shad. You can see the shad up on the bank. Well, a lot of times a fish, when you get fish back in pockets, they'll push the bait up on the bank or real shallow. And since a mallard, unlike a loon or a duck, has trouble diving down to the bait, something's got to push him up to it. So, and that's a perfect example. So if you come back in one of these pockets and you see mallards on the bank eating bait, something has pushed that bait to where they can get it, and a lot of times it's a striper. So there are certain times a year, this being one of them, when the mallards will tell you where the bait and or the fish are. So always keep that in mind. You think of gulls and loons, but you don't think of a duck. A duck will eat a shad as quick as anything, but he's got to have some help to get to him. So watch for the mallards. Oh, got him. Oh. I like to never got my line tight on him, but I did finally. Oh man, it's a carp. I believe, now this is somewhat unusual. We got a carp here that actually took a live bait on the float. Looked just like all the other bites we've had. Well, putting up a pretty good tussle. How about that? That just goes to show you, all fish will come back here and feed on these shad. It's not at all uncommon to catch a wide variety in a day. This is a little bit unusual, but he found that shad very much to his liking, so he decided to try and eat it. Oops. Well, there he goes. So that just goes to prove every fish in the lake will eat a shad.